Today I want to discuss my thoughts and feelings on whether SummerWells' swing has got anything to do or any relevance in her disappearance. So SummerWell's swing has been mentioned quite a few times. It was mentioned the first time that her parents, Candus and Don, gave a media interview. Her mother said that she would never wander away from the swing. Not only that, in Hunter's interview with Chris, he also mentions the swing and that, Summer wouldn't, wander off from the swing. So that's been mentioned twice. When Chris did part 2 of his interview with Candus, the swing is looked at. And why does this swing keep coming up in these conversations time and time again? So when I first heard the first interview that Candus and Don ever gave, and I just found out about this case of missing SummerWells, when I heard the swing be mentioned, I did wonder then whether it held any relevance in Summer's disappearance. It does seem that there is another theory now in my mind and my opinion. Summer could have had an accident on the swing, perhaps fell off and banged her head, or could it be that she swung so high that she came off and whacked into a tree? I have been thinking of this theory for a number of weeks myself, and now that I've heard the swing be mentioned yet again by Candus, mentioned by Hunter himself, and by Candus in the very first interview, I'm starting to wonder, does this swing have any relevance? Now, it may not. It may just be Summer's favourite spot in the grounds of her home. I loved swinging on a swing as a kid, as I'm sure you all did. And if we weren't such old gits, perhaps we could still swing on swings. But maybe I'm a bit old for that now. But anyway, I do wonder if it holds any relevance. Obviously, I can't be certain on that, but I just wanted to band it out there that perhaps there is, a possibility that Summer could have had an accident on that swing. Not only that, they've had all sorts of different sniffer dogs out, ones that are trained to smell death, and obviously they haven't smelt the scent of a deceased or a decomposing body. Ones that are trained to smell, I would imagine, alive humans and all sorts of different things. These sort of dogs can do so many amazing things, but the fact that no trace of Summer's been found around that family home, other than maybe in this dog trail or at the end of the road, lead you to believe perhaps it wasn't an accident on the swing. But could it have been that she had an accident on the swing and wasn't dead initially? There are so many theories in Summer's disappearance. It's just yet another one. But this swing gets mentioned too many times for my liking, and it's not like other things that Summer did other than maybe playing with toys have been mentioned repeatedly. So it does seem a bit strange, doesn't sit well with me. But what do you think? Have you often wondered about this swing? Have you noticed that the swing is mentioned in more than one interview by the parents? Did you note that Hunter brought up the swing? And obviously I noted that when Chris did the second part of the interview with Candus, he makes quite a big point of looking at the swing, mentioning the TikTok videos of Summer swinging on the swing. Is there any relevance to this swing?
I know she didn't walk away from this property by herself or off this yard by her swing. I know she didn't walk away from this property by herself or off this yard by her swing. I know she didn't walk away from this property by herself or off this yard by her swing. I know she didn't walk away from this property by herself or off this yard by her swing. I feel in my heart that somebody has came up here and took her and has lured her away from here. Me and my mother and her were planting flowers. And we went in after we got done washing our hands, and she got a piece of candy from Grandma. And she wanted to go back over and see her brothers. And I said, okay. And I walked her all the way over to the porch. And I watched her walk into the kitchen where the boys were watching TV. And I told the boys, I said, watch Summer. I'll be back. And within 2 minutes I came back, and I asked the boys where their sister was, and they said, she went downstairs, Mom, to play with her toys in the playroom. I said, okay. And I yelled downstairs for her a couple times, and I didn't get no answer, which was unusual, because usually she always answers me. And so I went down there to check, and she was nowhere in sight. She was just gone.